It is a great day to be alive, and I am so thankful for God, Jesus Christ, who lives in us. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a dream that I had about LUNC and USTC. And I also want to share the price targets that I feel that these two coins would go to. Before we get started, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing that I'm saying is financial advice. I am simply sharing dreams and interpretations that I feel that God has given me as it relates to crypto. Now, let's get into the video. So in my very first YouTube video, I shared how my husband and I had gotten into crypto, and it all started with Luna. The day that Luna collapsed, I'm not sure if it was on the 7th or the 9th. These are some dates that I found online. But at any rate, the day that Luna collapsed, I was actually witnessing it in the moment that it happened. And so I was seeing the price of Luna moved down extremely fast. What I saw in the span of a few days that happened to Luna, that puts me in the mind what a market crash would look like. It was incredible how fast Luna and UST fell during that time. Something I had never seen before, had never witnessed before. However, I felt led to get in on the action. And so I remember my husband called me on his lunch break and we were talking about what was going on. And at this time, I had only had thoughts about getting into crypto, but I didn't know anything about it, how it worked. And so I was talking to my husband about what was happening, and I was telling him this is something to do with crypto. The coin is falling, and I can tell that people are trying to buy, but also it still continues to drop. And so I told him, I said, we should maybe get in on the action. Do you want to put some money in on it? And he was like, wait a minute, you're telling me that this coin is falling and you want to buy into it? And so I told him yes. I feel like this is something that we should do. And so, like I shared before, it was nothing that I had prayed about, but for whatever reason, I felt like I needed to buy into it. And so we did. The next day, I got ready to buy Luna. And during this time, I was doing stock trading, which I still do. But I was trading on Webull at the time. And Webull, during this time, they were allowing you to buy crypto. And so I bought Luna on Webull on that particular day. Well, I was going to. What happened was I had been watching it, trying to time it just right, trying to figure out when I wanted to get in and get out. It was the whole idea was to get in and get out. And so I had waited majority of the day just kind of watching it to see how low will it go. And then when I decided to move forward, I was putting in my order. And before I could hit buy, Webull froze trading for Luna. I was very upset, needless to say, because I could have, I pictured it, in and out a quick $5,000, and move on to the next thing. Use that for stock trading. However, I was not able to buy into it. Webull, I want to say that day had shut down Luna for a few hours. Actually, I don't think we were able to buy on Webull until like 11 o'clock that night, something like that. And so that's what happened. We bought Luna on Webull for the first time a few days after Luna had fallen. I think it was the next day. I saw it collapsing, and then the next day I wanted to buy into it. And so that's what happened. That's how we ended up buying Luna for the first time. Also during this time, my husband, he was extremely skeptical about crypto. He didn't know much about it, and I had been focusing more on stock trading. And so I did open a Robinhood account back in 2020 when I heard about Doge, and I only opened my Robinhood account to be able to trade Doge. And I think I put in $20 at the time. I was very nervous about it. And I think I made like $100. So that was a confidence booster right there for me. So I felt like, okay, if I could make 100, take 20, and turn it into $100, $120, then that's pretty good. And so I never stuck with it. I kind of, that was like a trial and error type thing. Didn't think any more about it until the day that until the day that Luna collapsed, or started collapsing. And then the next day we end up buying some of Luna. Along those same lines, we also knew nothing about the wealth transfer or the wealth transfer community. So we were basically just looking at this purchase of Luna as a one-time deal, in and out, and to use the gains on stocks or whatever we needed to use it on at the time. And a few days after buying Luna on Webull, we actually opened up a crypto.com account, and we made our first purchase of Luna on crypto.com. So we were all super excited, and my husband, he began to really, become more interested into crypto. And it was months later when he came across talk about the wealth transfer and the wealth transfer community. He talked about Sister Sharon and XRP, and also Matt Praise. But again, this was months after we had made our first Luna purchase. I think Luna had changed to LUNC by the time we actually heard more about the wealth transfer community. And he was introducing me to the whole wealth transfer and talking about Sister Sharon and Matt Praise. Now, getting to the LUNC dream I had a few days after we made the purchase of Luna on crypto.com. We were super excited, again, like I said, about actually buying it on a crypto platform. And so it was right after that time I had this Luna dream. So in this dream, I looked up and I saw two prices. One of the prices was 7 and the other price was 80 cents. And the scene changed, and I was at my parents' house, and I saw my mom running to get her purse. It was understood in the dream that she wanted me to buy whatever this coin was for her. And so I said, Mama, it's too late. It's already $7. And that was the end of the dream. And when I woke up from this dream, I was like, why did I see two prices? It didn't make sense to me. And I laid there for a while and I thought about it. At the time, all we were holding was Luna on crypto.com. And so then it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. There was another coin that's associated with Luna. At the time, I was still learning about stable coins and how all that worked and trying to understand the story behind what happened to Luna, USTC. And so they both were falling together. And so I did know a little bit about stable coins and that it should have been $1 and it wasn't $1. And so in the dream, I saw, again, the two prices, $7 and I saw 80 cents. $7 and the other price was 80 cents. So this dream had to be about Luna and USTC or UST. If I've said USTC previous, understand that I'm trying to say UST. So at this point, I felt that God was showing me that Luna would go up to at least $7 and UST would go back up to at least 80 cents. So now I'm thinking, okay, repeg. Either UST is going to repeg to $1 or it's going to make a strong attempt to repeg to $1. And again, this was 2022. And so I had no idea that I will be still holding and still adding to my Luna bag in 2024 during that time. I just figured that God has given me this dream. It must be about to happen sometime soon. No, 2024, so much has happened, so much has changed. However, I still believe God's promise. I believe that God has shown me that Luna, during that time, Luna would go to $7 and UST will go to 80 cents. UST, this will either be an attempt to repeg or it would actually repeg. Well, during that time, we know that so much has changed. Luna became LUNC and UST became USTC. And to this day, I am still getting tiny portions of airdrops onto crypto.com. However, thank God for every little bit. It all adds up in the end. And so at this point, I have my sell limit orders for LUNC. I put in sell limit orders up to $7. And for USTC, I don't hold any at the moment. But if I did, I would put in sell limit orders up to 80 cents. That's just for me. Again, we have to take all these things back to the Lord in prayer. Pray about it. A sale limit price that God may have shown me may not be for someone else. However, let God give you that confirmation when it comes to your sale limit orders for LUNC and USTC. And so because my mom was in this dream and I was at her house whenever I was talking she was wanting me to buy this coin for her, and I said it's already at $7. That lets me know that she was wanting to buy LUNC, but I was telling her it's too late. It's already up to $7. I'm not sure why I was telling her it was too late, as if I knew that it was too late. But I had an understanding, understood something enough to tell her that it was too late. It was already $7. So now whenever we go to visit my parents, I always think about this LUNC dream. And I'm always thinking like, oh, when we go to my parents' house, do you think LUNC's going to go up? Do you think it's going to hit, that price of $7? Do you think something's going to happen? And it was funny because November, Thanksgiving last year, LUNC had a nice run and USTC had a nice run, and I was thinking, oh, it's got to be at my parents' house and it's going up, and Mama's probably going to ask me to, buy LUNC for her. And I also shared before that whenever XRP went up after it was deemed not a security, and XRP took off in July of last year, I was at my parents' house, and so it seems like every time we go to visit them, something with crypto always happens. So I may need to go visit a little bit more often. However, these are the price targets that I feel like that God has given me, and I have again set my sale limit orders for LUNC up to $7. And that is all that I have for this video. Until the next time, God bless.